moving on to the discussion portion of the presentation, we're going to take a look at some comparisons to past research. Ding and colleagues in 2025 found that consumption of caffeine before their study trial shown an increase in the bench press and the squat, the barbell squat in particular. They saw increases in 1RM by 5%, and they saw an increase in muscular power by 20%. And so this is a particularly interesting study that we added in our research because it kind of coincides with what we have for our particular study, which is an upper body and lower body split. And this particular study is a upper body exercise and a lower body exercise. So there's a bit of comparison and correlation between the two, which was an interesting point to bring up in our study because of the fact that there are very similar exercises. Moving on to Jirick and Pickering 2019. It's a meta-analysis done where they whittled the information down to about 10 studies and found an increase in isokinetic power, and also particularly in the elbow extensor, or the knee extensor, excuse me. They saw knee extensor strength increase with consumption of caffeine before the exercises. But overall, they kind of summed it up as, hey, listen, we think that it's just beneficial in general, and we see that there are increases in strength after the consumption of caffeine before a workout. And finally, Jirick in 2021 saw benefits in caffeine with a consumption 10 minutes before their workout or their exercise. And we did ours about 20 to 30 minutes before, which is different from the study, but it is also an interesting point to note because of the fact that there was little time between the actual workout and the consumption of caffeine. So even with as little time, they saw some benefit in consumption of caffeine before workout, or in this case, an exercise. RPEs decreased with the caffeine intake by a p-value of about 0.001, which is not a big increase, but it's something to kind of note, even though this is a 4-day study. Each point of RPE for most people dropped down by 1, so that is also something to kind of keep in mind. And this coincides with what we found in the studies overall, and also in the studies that were cited above.